Welcome everyone, Christine here with a discussion about sieges and Total War Warhammer 3. Now, sieges are almost without exception considered the weakest part of the entire game. They've been the weakest part in Total War as a series as a whole. I don't think there's ever been a game where sieges were great, with the exception of Shogun 2, and even in Shogun 2 I have to say that while sieges, the siege maps themselves are great, the way the AI handles things is less than stellar. But still, at least you're not constantly fighting the map layout of a particular settlement when you're dealing with a siege in that particular game. You are certainly going to be fighting the map layout in Warhammer 3. It's just not really that good of a map layout, and it's an issue dependent on the race you're playing, because remember, different races play very differently. So for instance, these Chaos Dwarves, well, they need to get behind the walls in order to do any kind of real damage over here. Because if I just order them to attack, say, the unit that's on the wall, the Noblar guys, they're not going to do a lot of damage over there. Arrows would, but blunderbusses wouldn't. Now, that's something I've talked about in previous videos, just how the layout of settlements doesn't really lead to a situation, the problem with range, but then, you get comments from plenty of people. It gets to a point that really, I just think that like some people I feel are just playing in some weird universe, or they have an idea in their head about how the game should be, but the game reality is very different than what they might want it to be. That would be my perspective on things. So how would I win this particular siege battle? That's an interesting question, isn't it? There's a lot of ogre bulls, and this is not the vanilla ogres. Like, even vanilla ogres would be something of a hell of a fight to overcome in this situation, because the problem here, this is Pig Barter, my Drazov Dashin campaign with Radius Total War, and this is a perfect argument as to why stronger garrisons ultimately suck. Like, stronger armies, they having more troops in general, you having more troops, that's good, that's a great situation, actual mobile armies. But when you start dealing with this in a settlement, it's like it starts to really, really lose any kind of fun factor, honestly, because there's no way to win this battle in a legitimate sense, like using like what you'd call legitimate tactics. A lot of things will just flat out not work. So you're left with a choice. You either accept you're not going to win unless you bring two armies and out-resolve your way, which kind of defeats the whole purpose, or you cheese the crap out of this situation. And how do you cheese the crap out of this situation? To put it simply, there are ways. Let's just say, like there are ways. Let's leave it there. So one of those ways is to get an Iron Demon. Oh, what the hell was that? That's a little interesting distortion of facts. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened there, but okay. I guess it did happen. But the way to deal with this situation, like, you can't shoot because the wall here is too large. Well, just move a unit in the gap ever so slightly and then cheese it. That's how you win here. And also break down this wall over here as well. Although first we're gonna deal with that. I'm not sure what happened with my Iron Demon, but yeah, just move a unit ever so slightly. Because then you start capturing the wall, and then they will pursue you, and yeah, rinse, repeat. That's this is really tantalizing gameplay, everyone. Oh, but you shouldn't play the game in cheese. Well, I don't care how you think I should play the game. I'm interested in winning a campaign. I'm not interested in playing the end turn time button simulator. Because, like, if I attack, like, this is the inherent problem with sieges. Attacking inside the settlement is one of the most awful things you can do. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you're playing a defender, you never want to defend the walls, because that's just a waste of your freaking time. If you're playing an attacker, if you're playing an attacker, you just want to lure the AI into this situation where they don't really stand much of a chance, do they? So what am I going to do here is the real question. That is an interesting debate, isn't it? Well, I'll just keep running around with my lord like an idiot. But the problem I want to address here is like, okay, so the battles themselves are not particularly great. That's widely accepted. If you don't accept it, okay, live in your alternate universe if you want to. The problem is, there's plenty of people who complain. I was like, oh, garrisons should be stronger. This is what happens when you make garrisons stronger. It doesn't lead to a better experience of a gameplay. It just leads to more cheese. Because, like, you give the player stronger garrisons. Guess what happens with the player having more garrisons? One, they might just auto-resolve every single attacking army that might come their way. That's one of the things that I'd be doing if I was defending this element. It's like, I wouldn't even fight this battle. Like, oh, an AI army shows up that might be able to win in an actual battle, why fight them when you can just auto-resolve them, when every settlement has an auto-resolve benefit? That's the first thing. The second thing with respect to all of this is like stronger garrisons just push you down the path as like, this is not fun gameplay. Like, I will win this battle or I won't. I'll just exhaust my ammunition, then withdraw. Doesn't matter. And then, because the settlement will still be under siege and, you know, I lost a unit of artillery, big deal. So more units being destroyed over there, as you can see. Just saber test pack. Alright, those guys are finished. And let's lure more hapless victims. The issue here is that I don't really have any alternative except doing this. No joke. Like, if I try and do anything else, it will just end up blowing up in my face. Actually, let me just go get more units here. On multiple angles. Just abuse the AI. Good. Let them come. I'm not even going to send my army inside there. That's a death trap. Fighting these mega ogres when they've got like higher tier units over here, yeah, it's great having powerful garrisons in a campaign. Really sweetens the experience. It's like, well, maybe if sieges worked better, but they don't work better. That's how they work. So that's why garrison, like within the system, like it does sound like a bad thing, right? It's like I'm basically arguing it's like that an entire section of the game is completely pointless. It is. Now, one of the things that something like SFO does, and I do appreciate that aspect about it, like the campaign customization, is like you don't have to fight these battles in SFO. It's like you freaking hate these battles, they're not fun and all that. Oh, you can have fun field battles. Or you're outnumbered 2-1 or 3-1, potentially, dependent on what you're dealing when you only have one army. That's the problem with limited resources. It really limits the possibilities you have in a campaign. Although it's not necessarily going to slow down your campaign progress, fun fact. Oh, yeah. Also, great stuff, breaking down walls. You try and advance, like let's just say I want to move these guys over here. They might just decide that it's in their interest to... It's in their interest to defend. This is great. Oh, jeez. Boom. The firing squad has arrived. Why they can't fire? Oh yeah, this is the most awful type. A siege with a massive garrison where your army is reliant on gunpowder units. This what army would annihilate this on the open field. Like, I guess I could wait for the intern to just fight it on the open field. I suppose that would work. There's something else I can do. But all the same, this is just not good gameplay. I'm sorry. Like, if you are arguing in favor of doing more of this in a campaign, I'm not sure what game you want to play there, but it's clearly not a good game. Simple as that. I don't think there's any argument in that particular perspective to be had. Okay, let me try. There's something I can do. We're pushing on. There we go. Firing squad, opening fire. Another thing I could do is take these Castor warriors. Yeah. Great garrison. And now I have to chip away at all of these units for the rest of this battle. Or I could just withdraw and attack again, auto-resolve. Possibly, I think at this point I've chipped away enough of them for that to actually work. Instead of taking more pointless casualties over here. Let's give it a go. Oh, actually, I know it's not going to work well, so... Though I kind of want more casualties. But yeah, stronger garrisons does not lead to a better gameplay. It slows down the AI, it creates a miserable experience in the terms of the battles you might have to deal with during the course of a campaign. So what's the value of stronger garrisons exactly in a campaign? Oh, it makes some settlements unbreakable. It doesn't. Like, if you're a player that knows how they're doing, it's like, oh, but I don't want to play World of Cheese... I don't want to play Total Cheesecraft. Okay, you don't want to play Total Cheesecraft. Stop arguing for crap that pushes the game in that perspective. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Self-limitations are... Like, you want to argue in terms of self-limitation? Fair enough. I want to argue in favor of better design of the base game. That's where I stand on this. This is not good design. And thankfully, CA realized this and actually nerfed garrisons into the ground in a lot of ways, though the auto-resolve element still remains for those garrisons, so that's still annoying. Okay, should be enough, I think. I wonder. So, okay, how many units are there still left over here? It's hard to say. It might be sufficient. I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. What I'm demonstrating here is how you actually overcome, like, ridiculously stupid garrisons. Like, if I charge in over here, if I don't have enough... By the way, more HP on walls, more HP on gates means you have less opening in settlements, means you are pushed over there. Bad pathfinding in these openings pushes you even further on, like, that one entrance situation. Alright, let's go even further. Okay, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. Let's pull back the artillery and let's get the firing started. The party started. There's still some hobgoblins over there. And by the way, this problem that gunpowder units have, you know what other units have? Flamethrowers. Yeah, you know the units that should excel in this role of siege breakers that were historically used for this particular purpose. Yeah, they're not especially great in this purpose in this game. And all the back and forth. Really, if the AI literally attacked me over here, they might actually achieve success. Like, when I say attack, I mean a literal attack, not like a couple of units like dancing back and forth as if they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's like, if all these guys had charged me, that might be actually dangerous. That might be an interesting battle. We can't have that in Total War. We gotta make the battles as painful and as boring and as impractical as possible. Alright, more infect cavalry coming in. I'll fight this battle until my siege can no longer deal with it. My lord is already at that point. Alright, pull him back. I'm not even gonna enter the settlement. Okay. Let's try this. The reason they're doing this, by the way, victory points. Alright, they won't get to fire off. And they'll take a bunch of damage for no reason. Yeah, it's all about the victory point capture. Okay. Even the AI is broken by this stupid, shitty pathfinding. Because they're obviously trying to get after this unit here, right? So it's like they're trying to get... And now they're stuck. Oh, that's so... I love it. I can use it. Holy shit, another exploit. Oof. That's break an opening on the wall and then push the AI to exit from one of those that you actually... Where you've lined up all your gunpowder troops to just annihilate them. I was wrong. Gunpowder is actually useful in Total War. Yeah. Kazrov's got some issues, unfortunately. It's not the issue with the roster. It's not an issue with the race. It's just an issue with the core game mechanics. Their siege mentality is not great. Not when you're dealing with this. The army I have would get the job done. Okay, let's see if we can lure them in. Will they come? Will they take the bait? Will anyone take the bait? Okay. See? Or maybe have I finally inflicted enough damage that they're going to sit back on their walls? Maybe I have. Ammo's a bit low. Just pull back. Oh yeah, pull back, certainly. And now we can get to see the glorious dance again. This is so stupid. And this is the best way. This is how I win the battle. I'm not joking. This is genuinely how I win the freaking battle over here. The Battle of Pigbarter. Oh dear. What you doing there, goblins? We're just having a nice staring competition over here. Jeez. Radius did improve, like, the issue is, like, Radius did actually improve the way gunpowder units work in field battles, but, Siege is, apparently a very special snowflake. Although, I am reminded of the fact that I've got Castor Warriors, and they don't probably have that many Hobgoblins left, do they? Let's put the ladder, that's gonna do wonders for the pathfinding over here. So yeah, let's put the ladder to deal with the Gnoblars over there. They keep coming and they keep dying. Oh dear. Okay, let's position them there. Ogres can't climb up ladders, so no fret. I wonder if they're just gonna just get their asses right there. Come on. We got some fire off. There's an angle here. If they're in that right angle, they start shooting. This game. You know, I would love to put the unit here. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Open fire. You can do it. It's not that hard, is it? Okay, we got our foothold. Now let's try not to lose it. This game. And people wonder why I despise fighting battles manually. Yeah. At least siege battles, which constitute the vast majority of the battles you fight in a campaign. Yeah, there's a reason. Okay, they're gonna come in. Or not. Stay the hell away, ogres. Alright, another unit broken down there. Should be enough, I think. Now, the towers are disabled over here. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is sieges without the annoyance of the barricades in the towers. Like, if there were towers, like, I wouldn't be trying to do this, right? I just kill units by the walls outside of their range. Outside of their range. Okay, let's get out of here into the firing squad. Just gotta be careful over there, because like one of the things that can happen is about to happen. Oh, thankfully. Okay, more ogre bulls. Is that enough torture? I really hope it is. I'm gonna call this video, like, I'm gonna put the title of video, like, the torture of siege battles with powerful garrisons. Like, that's gonna be it. Because this is fucking torture. There's nothing interesting happening. I know I'll win. That's not a thing. Like, victory, sometimes victory means squad. How you win also matters. Surprisingly. And the thing is, I don't give a shit about the arguments about self-imposed limitations or anything like that. No, how the game is played, the best way to play the game should be the most interesting one. It's an argument I've made before, and it's an argument I'm going to make again now. This is the best way to play the game. The best thing I could do to win, because obviously that's the objective of playing Total War. Minimizing casualties on the campaign, which is another objective. But damn, is a fucking is a crap to actually experience. Okay. Finally got them. You might wonder why didn't I just try and rush through. There were too many of them, and the mass of the Mornfang, like, the mass of their units would have been enough to destroy me. That's why. Well, back and forth, back and forth. Ooh, are they actually going to launch an attack? No. It would actually be interesting if they attacked these exposed units. Oh boy. Maybe I should move them a bit forward just to... Yeah, let's move the artillery forward. That'll be distraction. The idea when you're using artillery as a fucking lore... It's... Jeez. Okay. This is 61 minutes in, by the way. Damn it. 62. Okay, I am going to need... Yep. I'm gonna need to save that unit. Friendly fire is a thing. Let's try and deal with that. Now I could have tried doing this earlier, but the problem is like the units coming here from the left would be an issue. Thank fuck it's over. Holy shit. That was the most awful experience I've had in a siege in a very, 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 very long time. It's over, isn't it? Come on, it's gotta be over. Okay. Oh, why don't you why did your cutthroat sit on their ass the entire battle? Simple reason, they don't have a lot of durability, and Zen ogres would actually smash them to pieces in a melee fight. That's why. The reason the ogres are still fighting here is like, yeah, it's like radius, slower, more tactical battles. That's why. That part. Okay. It's over anyway, so just gonna go take down those ogre bulls. Hopefully cause, like, I almost routed them earlier, but it wasn't quite enough. Ogres are quite a bit more strong here. But see, the thing about the ogre roster is like, they didn't need a buff. Like, the ogres need an economic buff. Like, the units they have are actually decent enough. It's just like the lack of variety. There we go, finally. Holy shit. Close victory. Okay, that was that. And mind you, these like were not some like incredible top tier units. They were just ogre bulls for the most part. Some Mornfang cavalry, some Saber-Tusk. Kept my artillery alive. That's good. But that was it. Fucking hated that one. I really did. Victory, quote unquote. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't use Iron Demons that much. They do die pretty quickly if you're not careful with them. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh well. Let's get Curse of a Shoot and... Yep, let's go for the Flames of Asgore because we're gonna need them. Upgrade that as well. So you might understand why I have an issue with strong garrisons. After watching that particular battle and understand, this is how you overcome it. Like, you deal with powerful garrisons, that's how you fucking do it. Either with your main army or in this case the secondary army, right? You use the biggest cheese. Now, if you're the kind of player who doesn't want to use that, I'm like, okay, enjoy your in-turn button simulator, because that's all you're gonna get in a campaign. Like, yeah, this is turn 10. And this is, to me, an inconsequential battle that should be inconsequential. It was the most painful battle in this campaign so far, and it's probably going to be the most painful battle in a campaign. And you know what? Do you know how you overcome this? And this is how I do it in Pharaoh. The reason I make a point about this, because there's people who push this stupid argument, and then developers like the Pharaoh devs listen to it and make stupidly strong garrisons and that. And one of the problems with Pharaoh is like how stupid, how crappy the siege battles are. Now, I understand that siege battles should not be a skippable experience completely, and that people should, like, you can't just say, like, it's fine for C8 to just give you the option to skip siege battles, right? Fair enough. What I do have an issue with is the idea that siege battles are hard, not because the AI is doing something interesting on the campaign map and positioning armies in that, though they will do so as well, but rather because the fucking garrisons and settlements are strong. I mean, like, look at this campaign situation. I play vanilla Warhammer 3, right? Played a lot of that. Like, with garrison structures, I never build garrison structures in my settlements. I never, ever get attacked in a settlement. Not because that's because I play my campaigns in such a way that very rarely am I vulnerable. And if I'm vulnerable, I'm in a minor settlement, and I'm fine with leaving exposed. And I take that risk-reward in a campaign. That's it. I don't play zero defeat campaigns. I did that in Rome too when it came out. Zero defeats, fight every battle manually. Yeah. I understand the appeal of stronger garrisons. I do, because for years I got it. But I think like garrison system should be how it was in Medieval 2. You get free building slots. Doesn't matter how many, you can put the units you can recruit in there, as opposed to just getting a bunch of free units. Because this will affect AI as well in a campaign. Because SFO, what an AI can achieve in something like SFO or Radius as opposed to the vanilla game is going to be more limited. So the already limited campaign AI that we have in Warhammer 3 is going to be even more limited. And that is certainly an issue. Anyway, Quastine signing out. Stay tuned for more.